Anyway, without further ado, why don't we get to the new installment of Kayla Knows Nothing. Kayla Knierim's continuing journey through Game of Thrones. We're doing 2 episodes today.
We did.
Season 4, what are they called again? First of His Name and The Laws of Gods and Men. First, a lot of bloody stuff, and then some courtroom drama.
Right. Just a mellow day.
Do you want to start with the courtroom drama or save that for the end? I think that's the biggest thing that happened.
We can save it for the end.
Okay. In that case, let's chat about... they're still sorting through the aftermath of King Joffrey's death in King's Landing, right?
Yes.
Cersei, in the first episode, is talking to a lot of people, right? She's talking to Marjorie and making pretty nice with her, right?
I can't tell who's playing who. Well, we know Marjorie's playing her for sure, right, because she's already had the conversation with her grandma that she's going to move in on Tommen.
There's that one bit where Marjorie's like, I haven't even thought about it yet.
Yeah, she's like, it hasn't even crossed my mind. I'm a grieving,
stressful.
I'm a grieving fiance. Or I guess she was wife for a second.
Like all of an afternoon. Yeah.
But it was like she let Cersei have the idea first. I thought Cersei was going to come over and be like, stop looking at my son. Don't even think about it.
Right.
But it was the opposite.
I think she is thinking that, but she definitely played nice. She also played nice with Oberyn when they were walking to the gardens, telling her a story about her daughter, who's over in Dorne, where Oberyn's from.
She wanted to see her or know she's okay or
yeah,
have her
she
back
just
or
wants an
something.
update on her and wants to take the ship down to her as a gift.
I think she's playing everybody, pretending to be a sad mourning mother, which I'm sure she is, but
to what
just
end?
Playing it up. Who knows what she has up her sleeve? I don't know.
Well, I think it kind of comes through. Remember, so Oberyn's a judge on the trial, right?
She wants to play nice to everyone who's going to take down Tyrion.
Marjorie's father's on the trial.
Okay.
And then she talks to her dad, too, and gives him a speech about, you always talk about how family's important. Tyrion destroyed the family. And he's like, I can't, talk to you about the trial. She's like, oh, I know, it's fine. But, Tyrion did kill the king, so maybe you should take consideration.
Right. So she's sucking up to everyone that she wants to turn their back on Tyrion.
She's going person to person, trying to get them to vote the way she wants.
That woman.
I mean, she wants something, and she's using what tools she has to get it. Okay. But yes, also that woman, I agree. That kind of does lead into it naturally. So I might talk about it now.
Okay, let's just do it.
Because her efforts do bear some fruit. I mean, during Tyrion's big trial, which is the big moment of these 2 episodes, I think, she arranged all these witnesses. You got Pycelle, who lied about the poisons being stolen.
Yes.
You got the Kingsguard Knight, who talked about when Tyrion threatened Joffrey before. Mm-hmm. Remember that moment when he was beating up Sansa in the throne room, and Tyrion came in and put a stop to it?
I think so. Yes.
Yeah, it was a while
Saved
back.
her. Okay.
Did any of those witnesses surprise you?
No. I mean, I'm sure she's making some sort of deal with them.
All right. I mean, the thing about it is, some of them are telling the truth, right?
Right. They're using... this happens all the time in court. From what I've seen in Law & Order SVU. They're using things that they've said against him that make him look guilty, even though he's not.
Right. But, I mean, we know that... So he did...
Well, he was a horrible person. Of course people are going to say things about him.
About...
Joffrey.
Oh, sure. Yeah. I mean, who hasn't had horrible thoughts about killing
and
that
of
kid?
Course, Tyrion's like, yeah, I said all these things, but I didn't kill him.
But he's not allowed to, talk in his defense, right?
Right. So, not yet.
Is he being railroaded, I guess is my question.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. He's being railroaded.
For sure.
I mean, this trial setup, it's sit in this box, and we're all going to throw accusations at you, and you can't say anything in your defense.
He's not doing a good job of that, though. He's spoken out a few times.
He did, but I mean, in
it's
modern
frustrating
court,
because I want him to be like,
you get to cross-examine people.
Right.
And here it's like, can I ask one
rebuttal.
question? Fine, one question.
Yes.
The one surprise was kind of Varys to me, because, they're kind of buddies.
I thought they were buddies.
I mean, it doesn't necessarily mean that they're not.
But we did
Varys
learn that
has
he
been...
wants the throne. Kind
of.
of.
He was looking at the throne when he talked to Oberyn like that.
Yeah.
He's always thinking about it.
I don't think
I'm not sure he wants to sit in the throne so much as he does want to put
power.
someone. He wants to be behind the throne.
Okay.
But Varys, he's talked about how he's can't afford to risk too much.
Mm-hmm.
He likes Tyrion, but not that much.
True.
Not gonna put his neck on the line for a guy who's going down. And the final witness was Shay. Gasp, shocks, walked in.
I am so mad at her.
Why? Tell me about your feelings.
Okay, well, I know she feels slighted because Tyrion put her on a boat, sent her away, put her in a house. Tried to, yes. To save her life. He's saving her. He loves her.
Right.
He wants her to live. She obviously doesn't know what's going on, so Cersei meanders her way to her somehow, and...
I remember a while back, before she left, between Cersei and Tywin, that's the whole I told you about. Oh, have her come to the Tower of the Hand tonight.
And then she disappeared.
And she disappeared. So we don't know what happened in the intervening time.
Well, Cersei tracked her down
Yeah,
and had her come in, or Tywin, and had her come in and,
Flip.
Lie, turn against Tyrion. I hated that part.
It was rough to watch.
I just want them to be together. But now she's kind of screwed herself because she's like, yeah, it was his whore. And isn't that very frowned upon?
Oh, it's frowned upon, but I mean, I think she wants revenge, and she wouldn't do it without being promised something from Cersei or Tywin.
True.
There's actually a deleted scene I wish they'd left in right after.
Look at Dan knowing the deleted scene knowledge.
That's the benefit of watching the show way too much. Right after she's told to leave, where she and Bronn talk really quick, and he's like, they're noble lords, and we're both commoners. You got to do what you got to do. You'll land on your feet. Just trade up. Do something to trade up, because if she doesn't have Tyrion protecting her, she's not going to have access. She's not going to be rich anymore.
She's still, a whore.
Right.
Considered to them.
I think the idea is, and I wish they left that in, because I think there's an element of, she's mad at Tyrion, but she also, she wants to look out for herself. It's either leave and go back to being a prostitute somewhere, or find a new benefactor.
How many deleted scenes does each episode have?
Not a lot.
Oh,
Just
okay.
a few per season. But I like that one. I don't know why they cut it. Anyway, and right before she did that, Tyrion was about to be not scot-free, but not executed, because
Yes.
Tywin and Jaime made some kind of a deal. What did they come to?
Let me see if I followed this. Tywin kind of made it, he put Jaime in a position to convince him of something, and he was like, okay, and just kind of flipped and was like, yeah. So he basically had him walk right into it.
Oh, yeah.
So they're going to send Tyrion to the Night's Watch?
Well, that was the plan.
This is the plan, yes, but it's not happening now. He needed to say he was guilty.
Yeah.
He would free Tyrion, send him to the Night's Watch, and then...
As long as Tyrion, actually admitted his guilt.
Right.
Okay, then they'll send you to the Night's Watch. And then, in return, Jaime said, I'll quit the Kingsguard, which is the kind of the celibate order that guards the king. Mm-hmm. And
Turn
I'll
his
go
white
be your
cloth.
heir. Yeah, his white cloak. That's what they all wear in the Kingsguard.
Okay.
And I'll be your heir, Dad, which is what he's wanted for a long time. Because remember,
Gotcha.
Tywin does not want Tyrion as his heir. He's a weird little dwarf. He does not like him. He wants his actual heir who has...
And why didn't Jaime want that?
He's talked about it a lot. Jaime joined the Kingsguard when he was a young kid, and it let him be with Cersei and no one...
Ah, okay.
He didn't have to marry anybody because they're celibate. They're not supposed to marry if you're on the Kingsguard.
And he told
It
him
gave
to
him
go
cover.
out, get married,
And
have offspring.
Yeah, and part of it is just they all have this relationship with their dad where they all want to... They don't want to do what he says because he's always controlling them all the time. Mm-hmm. I think that's part of it, too.
Okay.
But for his little brother, he stepped up and said, I'll do it if you let him live.
That was nice. I'm glad that Jaime stuck his neck out for him.
It was, but Tywin, I feel like that was what Tywin wanted the whole time.
Yeah, it
And
was.
He just let Jaime think he came up with the idea himself.
It was like immediately, okay.
And then Jaime has
We'll
this
do
look,
it.
and I'm like, oh, great, I can play it again. Wonderful. But it doesn't matter, because it didn't work, because after Shay gave her testimony, Tyrion had a little meltdown.
He did. He said, the only thing I'm guilty of is being a dwarf.
Right.
I'm glad he's telling the truth. He said, I wish I killed him, but it was not me.
Right, which is all true. Mm-hmm. Do you think it might have been a better idea to go through with the plan and go to the wall?
No, I think he's sticking up for himself, and now he wants a trial by combat.
He does. Who could fight for him?
It's a great question. What's his face been?
Bronn?
Was he in this episode?
He's been around. He's not in this
Okay,
episode.
because he fought for him last time.
He did. Remember, he fought for him because he thought Tyrion was going to pay him. So Bronn is susceptible to bribery.
I don't know. Do we know? Have we seen the person who's going to fight for him yet, or no?
Yes.
Is it Bronn?
It might be Bronn. Jaime could try it, but he's a little bit handicapped
I don't know
now.
if I'd want Jaime fighting for my life.
But he only has one hand.
Right.
It's rough. So he's in a bit of a bind. He made an emotional decision, and we'll see where it goes.
Okay, I'm
Hopefully
a
he
little nervous.
comes out of it okay.
I hope so.
Anyway, I think it was the big stuff this episode was the trial was I
Right.
think the biggest part, but plenty of other stuff happened. How about Marine? So we're going across the narrow sea to Marine, where Daenerys is stationed.
Yes.
So she's got it all, Kayla. She's got her army. She's taken over the city. She has her followers. Her dragons are like biggish.
Killing goats.
Killing goats. But she paid the guy 3 times over.
She did.
So she's ready to go to Westeros, and she decides to stay in Marine instead. Why?
That I did not get.
Okay.
Well, I know that she's seeing people and they're coming in and...
Right, she's...
Also, there was something that I caught that I didn't realize. Her right-hand man, blanking on his name.
Jorah Mormont.
He worked for...
Barristan Selmy. She has a few right-hand men.
No, Jorah.
Jorah Mormont, yeah.
He was a spy for...
Yeah. Remember?
Did I know that?
Yeah, that was back in season 1. He was spying for her. And then he gradually fell in love with her.
Oh,
And,
so he was hired by the Lannisters to spy on her.
yeah. Jorah
Okay.
has this, this big history. We've gone over it a bit, but he used to live in Westeros, up here in the north. He married he married I think a Lannister family member or something, and she was really liked rich, nice things. And he is not all that rich.
Okay.
So he sold slaves to pay for it. That's illegal. So Ned Stark banished him. He went all the way over to Essos, where he is at the start. He spied on Daenerys because he thought King Robert, this is all very Byzantine, I know, would pardon him and let him come back.
Gotcha.
But after a while, he was like, screw that, this girl's awesome, I'm just going to follow her instead. And that's where he is now. But
Okay.
he did spy on her, and they haven't forgotten that.
Gotcha.
And now Tywin knows and is going to try to do something with it, because they were talking about it. Any idea what?
I don't know. Go after them. They're threatened by her.
They are. It's kind of nice they're actually talking about her, because she's
like,
been doing a
they
lot
know about her
on
army,
own,
yeah.
And they haven't really been paying attention to her these past couple of seasons, right?
Right.
So eventually she'll be part of the bigger plot. I think the reason she stays in Marine, though, she says, she's taken this city, but...
She wants to rule it?
She wants to rule it because she is kind of inexperienced in doing that. That's what she wants to do for all of Westeros, to be a queen, right?
She's learning that she can't please everybody.
She is learning she can't please anybody. But remember, the other slave cities she took over, the ones where, it was the badass scene where she got the army and they all bowed down, they've gone back into slavery since she left.
Oh, okay.
So she's like, if I can't rule over this area, how can I rule all of Westeros? So she wants to get a firmer grip on things.
More reps.
Yeah,
power.
wants to build her rep. Does that frustrate you at all as a viewer? Is part of you get on to Westeros already and fight the Lannisters and such?
I think it has to build up, even though it's been building up for 4 seasons.
It has.
In due time.
In due time, yes. You gotta bide your time here. And when it finally happens, I think the show bides its time a lot.
It does.
So I don't really mind that they're going to take the time to get into her little journey here. Her journey in ruling.
Okay.
How's she doing? Was she doing okay in those sessions?
Not well.
No?
The guy came forward and was like, you killed my dad.
Which she did.
And he wanted to give him a proper burial. And then there's 200 people in line behind that guy. And she's like, bring the next one in.
I mean, it's weird to think, but that's how they did it in medieval times. It was one, the king or queen, usually the king, and they just received people. And they asked questions. They were like, yes or no. That's how the government worked. Not the best
What a headache.
system. I know, it's got to be hard to be the one in charge. Harder than it even is now. And it's pretty hard now.
It is.
All right, moving on from there. Sansa reached the Vale and was met for the first time, her crazy Aunt Lysa.
Gross.
Gross. No breastfeeding this time.
Thank goodness.
That's
well, the
nice.
kid's 10. I'd hope not.
Yeah, that would, at some point it's got to be illegal to film.
Yes.
So is Sansa
glad
better
we're done
off than
with
she
that.
was in King's Landing?
I'm not sure. Her aunt's crazy.
Her aunt's nuts. Why?
Came in and brought her dessert and then started freaking out on her and squeezing her hands and did Littlefinger ever touch you? She's like, no.
So is she jealous of Sansa?
I think she's jealous of her mom.
Oh, she definitely jealous of her mom.
Catelyn.
Let's go over the Littlefinger love nest triangle here.
Okay.
Remember that Littlefinger was always in love with Catelyn. Mm-hmm. But clearly Lysa has a thing for him, right?
Yes. They got married, right?
They got married.
That night? Because she started spilling secrets.
Yes, she did. Remember what secret she spilled in particular?
She killed her husband with poison.
She did. Remember who her husband was?
No.
He was a dude named, we never actually met him, but he was important in season 1. A dude named John Aaron,
Okay.
who was the Lord of the Vale. The Vale, right here.
Yep.
And he was King Robert's Hand of the King.
Okay.
When he died, that's the whole reason King Robert made Ned Hand of the King.
Oh.
So in a way, she started this whole thing by killing him. And set this
Okay.
whole thing into motion.
Gotcha.
And since Littlefinger ordered it, he's kind of implicated too. So it's a big secret. He's like, shut up. No one can know that. It's fine. We'll get married. Be quiet.
Shut your yapper. Okay.
I think she's a little afraid that Littlefinger is transferring his affection from the mom to the daughter.
Oh. Well, he saved her. She said he never touched her.
Yeah, which is true. He hasn't touched her. Has he? No, not inappropriately, really. There definitely is a creepy uncle vibe. I think one of our
He's always
someone
had
said
that.
Especially for Sansa, though.
Yes.
Do we have a question or a comment?
Are you guys going to Nashville? Kenny Adamo wants to know.
We going to Nashville, Kenny Adamo. There's going to be a Game of Thrones convention in Nashville.
Cool.
And no, we don't have plans to go. We're going to be too busy at the moment. It might be able to change. I really hope it is.
Is this the first ever?
I believe so. Yeah, the first Song of Ice and Fire convention.
Oh, fun.
It does sound pretty fun. If you go, Kenny Adamo, give us a full report, and we'll do our best. It'll be fun. We can go and report from it.
Oh, why are you going?
It's a long story.
Okay.
Another question?
Luca wants to know, are you guys going to review season 7 each week? That would be awesome.
Luca wants to know if we're going to review season 7 each week. Of course we are. The whole reason we're rushing through the rest of the series, is so Kayla's all caught up in time for season 7. So we'll be here when season 7 starts, coming at you live with the episode Hot Takes.
Is that going to change to Mondays?
No, Sunday. Oh, yeah, the episode might change to Mondays. We'll figure that out as we get closer.
We'll keep you posted.
We will. But yeah, we'll be reviewing those.
Julie Davies says, wake up, Mark.
Julie even knows you,
How
Mark.
does she know you're sleeping?
She's amazing.
Julie. That's awesome.
Julie's great. We love our superfan Julie. Anyway, so there's definitely some tension in the Vale. And the rest
Yes.
of it is some kind of short scenes. Arya and the Hound, another little adventure.
Yeah.
They're trying to get to the Vale, remember. They're trying to get to Crazy Aunt Lysa.
She's a little angsty.
So he can sell her. She's a little angsty. She basically recites her death list.
Every night before bed.
Which has him on
She
it.
added the Hound this time.
Right in front of him.
I don't think he's phased by it, obviously.
He looked a little concerned to me. Like,
You might want to sleep with one eye open.
when she said it, he was like, really?
And then the next day he woke up and she was gone and she was practicing sword fighting.
he freaked out for a second.
Yeah, he did. And then she stabbed him in his armor.
Or tried, yeah.
Tried to. And then he smacked her, which
Yeah.
was a little violent.
Definitely a little violent. Does she want to kill him? Should she kill him?
No, she shouldn't kill him. He's protected her. He's looking out for her.
You're right. He's looking out for her. He's protected her.
If she runs into someone big and bad, I doubt she's going to take him down.
I mean, she thinks of herself as pretty, and she is capable in some ways, but you're right. I mean, that kind of proves it. Like, he's
She's
wearing
quick.
this armor.
She's-
She stabbed him right in the stomach. It didn't do anything. So maybe
It's like,
if
take that.
she was on her own, maybe she wouldn't be doing so
You
well.
and your little sword, get out of my face.
Exactly. But still, he's on her death list, is all I'm saying.
She going to kill him?
I mean, he's on the list, Kayla.
No, I
She
like
has
their
to kill
partnership.
all of those people.
No.
That's her mission. But I mean, she hasn't done it yet. So if you're not going to
Take
do
it back, Arya.
so
I
if you're
like
not,
the
if you're not
Hound.
going to do it now, when are you going to do it, Arya? So they're on a journey together.
Well, now I'm nervous.
As are you should always be nervous in Game of Thrones. Anyone can
That's
die.
true.
Before that, we have another question.
Lauren wants to know, what character development are you most excited for the next season? I think you both should answer.
All right. Lauren wants to know, what character development are we excited for the next season? For season 7. I mean, you haven't seen you. I have you to answer that.
For season 7. I
Yeah.
thought it was season 5.
I think it's season 5 too. I think I'm most excited probably for. It's a hard one. I'm excited for all of them, Lauren. Maybe Arya. She's back in the mix now, and I want to see what she does next. She's been kind of on her own for a couple of seasons. I'm excited to see what she does now that she's back in Westeros, doing what she does best, checking people off that list and killing folk. I want to see where that goes. How about you, Kayla? You're in the middle of season 4. What are you most excited about going forward?
I hope Sansa does something with her life. She's kind of always been in the shadows, been told what to do. I hope she kind of, I don't know, is a little more aggressive and...
No, I agree with you.
You know what I mean?
Oh,
she
definitely.
needs to come into her own.
I think for a while when I was watching the show first, like my wish was for the Starks to win, and then after they died, it was I just lowered it all.
I have nothing left.
No, I just lowered it. All I want now is for Sansa to get a break.
Seriously, yeah, I do. I want good things for her.
She's got it rough.
She has.
But also on a journey are Brienne and Podrick. Where are they going? Oh, apparently you enjoyed their scenes together.
I love Brienne. She's funny.
Yeah, she's pretty cool.
If I had to go on a long horse ride, I'd want her with me.
Yes, because she can defend you, and she's
cracks
good
jokes.
company.
Yes. No, they're funny together. He has no idea how to ride a horse. She's like,
No.
why would they put me with this guy? Like, seriously? But yeah, they're funny together. I like them.
Where are they headed? Because they're looking for...
Oh, Sansa.
Yeah, they're on the hunt for Sansa or Arya. They basically Catelyn's daughters.
Right. They need to
Although I think
find
Arya's
him.
dead, I think. And where are they headed to try and find her?
To the castle? Or no? Are they headed to
The odds are good on that one.
to the ant? Or to the... Starts with B?
They're headed to the wall.
Oh, the wall.
That's what she said. They want to go all
'Cause
the
they
way
think-
up to... They think she went to Jon Snow.
Ah.
To, her bro up at Castle Black.
Gotcha. Castle Black, that's what I was trying to say.
Oh, yeah, B, I gotcha. That's where they're headed. But, it's a long way. And there are other road trippers on the road who say they won't run into anybody we know.
What are you implying, Dan?
I'm implying whatever you take from it, and I will say no more of it. Okay.
Okay.
Speaking of John, he's still north of the wall at Craster's Keep, and he goes to kill the Night's Watch mutineers, and yada yada yada, sword through the mouth.
Very successful in doing so. Yes. Ew. Oh my gosh.
Successful.
That was disgusting.
It was
How do they film
gross.
these scenes?
I don't know. I'm sure green screens are involved. No one actually got their mouth
The
shoved
sword came
through.
out of the guy's mouth from the back of his head.
It did. It was one of the more brutal moments in the show. Interestingly, also not in the books at all. That little sojourn that doesn't
Okay.
happen. I think they needed something to fill time and said sword through the mouth. That seems, that
Go to our
that
book
sounds
of
Game
torture.
of Thronesy, right?
Pick something out.
But it was successful. They killed the mutineers, and there was a very near reunion between Bran
They
and
were
Jon
so
Snow.
close. He was calling for
He was, but at the end he decided to move on without contacting Jon. Why? And was it a good idea?
because he knows he needs to keep pushing on to find the three-eyed raven,
somewhere north of the wall.
and he was afraid that Jon would prevent him from doing that.
Which he probably would. He'd be like, what, three-eyed what? You're 10. Come with me. I can imagine that. He's probably right, but it is too bad we didn't get that Stark reunion we wanted for so long.
I was sad.
Those Starks, they always come, ships in the night, they're passing.
They do. Get it together.
Got another question?
Stark
Go
fan.
ahead, Mark.
John wants
up.
to know what Kayla thinks about Stannis.
Oh, we're just going to talk about Stannis. John wants to know what Kayla thinks about Stannis Baratheon. Unless you have any other comments on the sword through the mouth or anything else that happened up north, we can talk about him.
The little kids,
Jojen and Mira Reed.
yes. What's his deal? He lit his hand on fire and
He did.
also
He's-
has visions.
He's having some creepy visions. They don't explain
tree.
it. Of the tree. That I think
Which-
is where they're going.
Okay.
And
Rand
he-
saw
he-
too.
He's seen it a couple of times. And he saw his hand on fire. He's also a wee bit magical, Kayla. He sort of has Bran powers where he can see things, but it's all very vague.
Okay. Do we get to the bottom of it?
Kinda.
Or does he die?
I mean, he's happy. The whole reason he's with Bran is that he saw Bran in his visions, right? And he decided, I gotta go help this kid.
Right.
And by the way, interestingly, the both of them, the brother and sister, they are the kids of a northern lord named Howland Reed, who's old buddies with Ned.
Ah,
Although we haven't met him.
okay.
We will. We'll see. But they're all working together to get him north. And also, Bran possesses Hodor and kills a guy.
Yes, that part I kind of liked.
I don't know.
I don't like Hodor
I
mean.
kind of felt bad for Hodor.
Because
he
he
seemed
didn't
like
want.
really messed up by it.
Yeah, he's not a killer.
Right. But we move on. Anything else? Another question. Hit me.
What's Kayla's favorite death so far?
Oh, that's a good question. What's Kayla's favorite death so far? If you have a favorite death.
Joffrey.
Joffrey.
Second
yeah,
is Daenerys' brother.
Right. That's, perfect. Of course.
Okay.
When the jackasses
Oh.
die, that's what Kayla likes.
Least favorite was Ned.
Least favorite was Ned. So that's still worse than the sword through the head?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it hurt. It hurt inside.
Right.
The sword through the head just like hurt. Like, ew.
And that guy was just a whatever character.
Yeah. He said the F word a lot. Like, that was a big on the vulgarity, that guy.
I missed that. He did?
Oh, a ton.
Oh.
He only appeared for like 3 episodes, but like he was on it. Anyway, Stannis Baratheon had a new scene this week. He's going to, this is important, we go to a new location.
The Iron Bank.
The Iron Bank of Bravos. He's even got his own little thing. A little statue there on the map. So he was at Dragonstone.
Big and shiny.
He's going to Bravos. Why is he going to Bravos?
He wants to raise money.
Raise money. Exactly. So he can buy soldiers and pay them.
And he thinks he's the only one that can rule.
He does. And the Iron Bank turns him down at first. He's basically asking for a loan so he can, buy soldiers to take the Iron Throne back. Remember, by the way, where he's going at the moment? It's important to keep that up so we don't forget.
No.
He's headed for the Wall.
Oh.
Because Melisandre looked in the flames and said, like, oh, what you should do is go to the Wall and help them, because that'll help you win over the rest of the country.
Okay.
So that's when they need soldiers. They're going to go help out Jon Snow and folk.
Okay.
But at first, the bank turns him down. But then Davos does a little hype man speech for him.
You give him
And,
all the reasons why he's the only one that can rule.
Do you buy that logic?
It kind of made sense.
I mean, basically, it's Tywin's old and Tommen is young and inexperienced.
Right.
Do you buy that? I mean, it does make some kind of sense. But Tywin's is pretty solid as a ruler, but he can't rule forever, I guess.
I don't know how this is going to work out.
They bought it, though, right?
Yeah,
Because then
they
Davos
did.
came and gave the pirate a whole bag of money, and off they are to buy some soldiers.
Buy yourself an army.
What do you think of Stannis? I think that was the original question.
I think he's shady. I think they're all shady. I don't know if there's like a good person.
I mean, there's some who are better than others. Like
Daenerys.
Brienne. I
Brienne.
think it's pretty good.
Yeah.
I think that Davos is a good guy.
Yes, I like Davos. Captain
Yes.
John Smith.
Captain John Smith, no really problems with him. Seems like he really devoted to Stannis. Got
I think
another
all
question
these
there,
rulers
Mark?
have ulterior motives.
They do.
Ulterior
No
motives.
one's purely good, but there are definitely some who are better than others. We say that.
Okay.
Like Marjorie is better than Cersei.
I like Marjorie.
Marjorie's fun too.
Question?
Do you think that the throne of Dany in the new trailer is the throne of Dragonstone?
Question was, is Dany's throne in the new trailer on Dragonstone? The answer is yes. Yes, it is. And we'll see more of that when the season premieres on July 16th. Dragonstone. Final bit of the night, we stop by the Dreadfort, where Ramsay, Snow, and Theon are holed up, and Theon's sister Yara tries to rescue him.
This was really sad.
How so?
She goes in to rescue him, brings her group of guys,
What's your policy?
asks where he is. They lead her down to the dungeon,
Right.
open the cage, and he is afraid of her. He doesn't refer to himself as Theon Greyjoy. He is going by his new name,
Yeah.
Reek. Struggles. She tries to get help to pull him out, and that's when Ramsay
Snow
comes
is
down.
the
They all fight each other, and then was he going to release the hounds on them?
Yeah.
Okay. Said, how fast can you run? So she left him. They get in the boat,
They leave.
and she said, my brother is dead. Theoretically speaking.
Why didn't Theon go with her?
He's been brainwashed. He's completely a different person.
Right. He's been like
He has no idea who he used to be.
proper post-traumatic.
He's
like,
not
super
human.
duper
He's a puppet.
brainwashy. Yeah.
It's really sad. He's like,
It is, but we did watch him get
crazy.
tortured to the point of nastiness
Yeah.
last season, and this is the fruit that it's born.
brutal. And then Ramsay kind of, I guess, rewards him for
Yeah,
turning them away.
it's sad too because even there, like he's like twitching the whole time, like he expects
Yeah.
Ramsay to like do something to him, but he just gives him a
This
bath.
is really sad, but it's like when a pet is abused.
Oh, it is like when a pet's abused.
And they're like really afraid of everything and have to be on like doggy Prozac.
Oh, doggy Prozac. I haven't even heard of that.
It's not funny. It's awful. But it's like, that's what, you know, when you adopt
No,
a pet and they've
it's-
been in an abusive home and they're like skittish of everything.
Right. No, that I could totally see where you're coming from. And Theon's in a very, very different, fragile, strange
Like
place
he was
right
scared
now.
of his sister. He didn't even
He
seem to
seems
recognize
scared of
her.
everything.
Yeah.
Also, he's sleeping in the kennels with the other dogs. It's
Right.
not-
He's being treated like a dog.
right. And he seems to have bought into it. Like he said, he loves Ramsay.
Weird. So then he gives him a bath. And he goes, I need you to do something for me. I need you to pretend you're Theon Greyjoy.
Right. Which now he isn't. He's Reek. Is the idea.
This is confusing.
It is, but
So he's got something.
Theon has a very interesting
in mind
journey,
as well.
I think, through the series. Like he changes a lot, and
It's good acting. I mean,
it's very good acting.
he's had the biggest like
arc, yeah.
up and down.
A couple others who do that, but yeah, and it's you didn't expect to see this kind of portrayal of post-traumatic stress disorder, basically, on a grand
No.
scale here.
Yeah.
And I just hope Theon can come out of it somehow.
Snap out of it. And I hope
Snap
he goes
out of it.
crazy on Ramsay and kills him.
And that's our wish for next week. Any other questions or comments, Mark, that we can elucidate before time is up? This was fun.
Great show.
All right. Thanks, Mark. And thanks, everybody, for watching. Oh, Lauren Groth loves where this combo is going. You guys are great. Thank you, Lauren.
Thanks, Lauren.
Oh, here's a good one. Really quick, Mark. Kenny Adamo, have Dan and Kayla read the books or only the show? Okay, Kenny, I've read the books, like, too much. Kayla has not read the books. So the whole idea is that, like, we're expert and newbie is our dynamic. And I think it's really fun. And we'll be back
Dan's a
next-
great teacher.
Thank you, Kayla.
You're welcome.
We'll be back next Wednesday at 4 to go over more Game of Thrones news and watch 2 more episodes of Game of
Yay,
Thrones.
I like when I watch two.
Exactly. And then we'll do one apiece for like 2 weeks.
Okay.
And
Whatever
we'll
you say, Dan.
We'll see you then.